everyone, my name is Esmeralda Castro. I guess I'm the only one in our class who likes community college, since I'm the only one in the community college track now. Anyways, I did my triangulated analysis on Read 110, Power Reading. This class is done at Palomar College. It can be done through lecture as well as online, or it can be a hybrid of the both. The course is mainly for students who already read at the college level, so this means that students who are below that will have to take a remediation course before they can continue on through here. The class aids in reading, increasing reading rate as well as flexibility and the development of higher comprehension skills and critical analysis. The main goal of this class is to enhance students' existing reading efficiency and effectiveness in the following areas: comprehension, reading rate, vocabulary, study skills, and writing. A lot of the things that you guys are focusing on your triangulated analysis. The main overview is to receive individualized instruction based on intensive diagnosis, and it's mainly geared toward the development of basic skills, critical reading skills, and effective reading skills. Therefore, this class focuses on fostering success in pursuing general education, career and technical training, and transfer readiness. Again, this is a community college, so this is what a lot of the community college classes try to be geared toward. The historical frameworks. Overall, the class is mostly associated with the constructivist perspective. In pre and post reading exams, students have a sense of what readers have accomplished, what stage they are in now, and what stage they are headed for. Hence, the stage models of reading. The lecture is the method of instruction, and this is used to help the reader become more aware of their own thinking during the reading process, which should ultimately lead to increased text comprehension. And then we have the analysis of books as well as the book reports. Students are able to choose their own books. They are allowed to choose up to 6, and then it's mainly for pleasure. And this is used to help engage students in reading and motivate them to read, which will therefore allow them to read frequently. And then we have the study reading strategies, which is usually done in class. And they're mainly used to teach common problems. For example, rereading due to lack of focus on the text. And by doing this in class, students are able to collaborate with the instructor on solutions to solve such problems. Students are able to connect with each other on the problems that they have, and then they can create solutions. And then we have individualized lab assignments, which are done mainly through computers in the reading lab that Palomar College has. And it's pretty much meant mainly for drill and rote memorization, which is where mental discipline theory comes from. And it's really just to instruct the students and show them how to exercise the mind. So, because without constant implementation of reading, the mind is going to remain inactive. And then one best practice that I saw as being really great were the book reports. They meet these 2 guidelines, definitely giving students time for self-selected independent reading, requiring them to read at home, as well as giving them a couple minutes at the beginning of class. Guideline 2, teach reading for authentic meaning-making purposes, for pleasure, to be informed, and to perform a task. For these book reports, we're mainly doing it just for pleasure. Being informed and performing a task are textbook reviews, which the students do for another assignment. So it's mainly, again, to inform students, to motivate them to read on their own for profit and for enjoyment. And then the book reports on their own, students are required to read half of the books, or I'm sorry, to write half of the reports to an audience that has read the book report, allowing for a more personal touch, while students are also required to have the other half of the books to be written to an audience that has never read the book for a clear, concise summary, also with a personal opinion in there. And by doing this, students are geared towards, whether they're geared towards a knowing or unknowing audience, students are required to go beyond the simple fact stating and include their personal outlook on the book's main features. Another best practice is the self-assessment. They work on Guideline 10, differentiating instruction using a variety of instructionally relevant assessments. So they use different assessments through the computer lab programs, as well as, students create a goal with the instructor at the beginning of class. For example, I would like to increase my reading rate. So students are constantly working towards that goal, as well as focusing on other reading skills and strategies. And then when you're doing the reading lab folder, the folder is individualized to each student. Students are given a list of tasks and skills to complete in the reading lab. And so it's mainly done again on the computer, and that's where the integration of technology comes in to link and expand the concepts. So again, we're connecting technology with the concepts to create better reading skills and strategies. And in a nutshell, what these lab folders do is really to show students and really have them see visually what they're progressing in and what they still need to work on. A couple of practices that aren't so great. For example, one would be the reading blog responses. The way that they are a good practice, and I put them in as best practice, was that they do create a sense of community, but they aren't so great because currently they post on topics related to current skills and methods learned in class, when really it should be post examples or ask for assistance on how skills should be used in another class. So if a student is having issues in a class on reading or can't focus, it might be nice to send that out on the weekly blog and go, hey, can anyone assist me, or is anyone else having this issue? Maybe it's the professor, maybe it's the class, continue to go on. Again, creating that sense of community, or going, oh guys, I had so much trouble with history before, and now I got an A because of the skills that I used. Hey, these are the skills that I used. Things like that are able to create more of a sense of community as well within our adolescent community that we have in the community college. A majority of them would probably consider this to be a lot more relative and allow them to actually contribute to the blog versus just saying, oh, Bobby's having problems with blank, blank, blank. What skill should he use? Actually make it more connected to the students. And then the other thing that would be good would be the core vocabulary. Currently, and another practice that's not so great are the vocab quizzes. Currently, the vocab consists of a text called 1,100 words you need to know. This is why I'm reading, not using math, right? And then we want to change it to Latin root words, prefixes, and suffixes. And why I want to change it there is because technically, if we learn this list of root words, we can figure out what these 1,100 words mean. And that's really what I want to get to. Again, the quizzes are in person, in class, and within a group. So again, it's having that sense of community, but I'll be changing that if we were to change this. It's going to be more personal, so we'll probably have quizzes at the beginning of the class, just to make sure that students are actually being required to learn it. And maybe use it in context with other words, like, for example, having them understand what philosophy means, phil, and then osophy, and things like that, and really having them understand it's the study of blank, and then having them figure out that based off of the Latin root words versus having them understand vocabulary and then using that in context. And then we have the Miami-Dade College standards. So these are my standards. At this point, I recommend looking at the PowerPoint that I provided for you. That way you can actually see this, since it's kind of hard to see. There's 5 competencies. Palomar College did not have standards. I tried to communicate with the department chair to create them and locate them, but unfortunately she wasn't available. So competency number 1, students will adjust reading strategies such as reading rate, test taking skills, and etc. according to tasks. So the way that this class meets this is textbook review. Again, you're reviewing all of the skills that we've adjusted and making them according to the test. Study reading skills are also done in class to understand how you relate to your personal reading skills, as well as what other skills you can use. And the lab time, again, individualized instruction, constant practice. Competency number 2, students will demonstrate general understanding of conceptually or linguistically complex materials within a wide range of personal, professional, and academic contexts. Book reports are definitely personal, and again, they're used in creating the general understanding, as well as professional and academic context is the textbook review, as well as they include a couple article reviews there as well for a bit more of a professional touch. Competency 3, students will explain and justify an opinion in reaction to authentic reading skills, again, done with analysis of books on an individualized basis to be able to choose the books, as well as the book reports. Again, it's creating a personal view on that. Then we have computer competency number 4. This one really relates to critical thinking skills when reading. This class is at the really early stages of this. At Palomar College, they definitely meet all of these skills in Read 120 critical thinking. We do touch base on a couple of them. For example, interpreting author's purpose, point of view, and tone. This is mostly done in class for a deeper understanding with the professor, as well as like evaluating credibility, again, like I had stated with the articles that they review. And then competency number 5, student will demonstrate familiarity with common cultural schema. And this is what isn't done yet. Definitely recommended cultural contemporary text. There can either be a list of them given to the student at the beginning that they can choose from. They can read it at any time. Or my favorite would be to start a book club during lab time. Again, students are required to attend lab, and if they're a little bit bored of the monotonous practice and drill that they're receiving throughout the semester, they can join a book club which can read a contemporary text. And this will allow students to really get a deeper understanding and interaction between various cultural differences between the readers. So my overall analysis of Read 110, Power Reading at Palomar College, was that it has a constructivist perspective. It's very student-centered, very individualized course. It focuses on expanding the knowledge one already has, which is basically what a constructivist perspective does. Best practices, a few need to be more connected to practicing the skills within other disciplines, like like I had stated on the vocab quizzes as well as the blogs. But I did mention a couple of the best practices that definitely need to stay. And then the standards are, again, they weren't available at Palomar, but with the Miami-Dade College, I think they're very well in line with those, and they need to still work on the cultural aspect, although this could be more of a community college vision and purpose and connected towards their mission. So that can change based off of the institution. So that concludes my triangulated analysis of Read 110 at Palomar College. I hope I may have even steered some of you towards the community college route, and I hope you have enjoyed the analysis of Power Reading. Thank you so much, and have a good night.